news alert. We're following breaking news right now. Major traffic headache on I-65. Right now, this is after a deadly crash.
This is something I've wanted to talk about for over a year now, but I legally could not say anything until now. Now, because there were multiple parties involved, I do need to censor some of the images I'm going to show you. I also need to leave out certain details. However, I still want to tell the bulk of this story because I believe the impact it's had on my life may also be able to inspire you and hopefully have an impact on your life. In September of last year, I was driving home from work when a dump truck's tire popped while we were going between 65 and 70, and it swerved and the backside of the dump truck hit me and took me with it. We went off the road into this big ditch where oncoming traffic was on the other end coming towards us. So the whole accident, start to finish, probably was like 4 seconds, but it felt like an eternity. As the truck was flipping and metal's flying and dirt smacking up against the windshield and rocks are cracking my car or whatever, my brain processed and was like, hey, a big impact is about to come. And when that happens, we're gonna die. And then it happened. The big impact, and I blacked out. I woke up to a girl banging on the window of my car, and she was just screaming. She was screaming at me, get out of the car. Because at this point, everyone thought that the truck was going to explode. And reasonably so, because there were pieces everywhere. I get out of the car and I just hear screaming. I hear people like crying. I hear people banging on the truck to try to get the guy out. And then all the ambience turns to sirens, basically. And then it's just deafening. Now I need to leave details out on this part out of respect for all the parties involved. But I was the only one who left the accident alive. Me and the truck driver, I was the only one who lived. This was really hard for me to swallow. The EMTs were checking me out, and at this point I had so much adrenaline pumping, I had so much just running through my brain. And it might seem weird, but I actually took a photo of myself because honestly I didn't know what to do. And this is the exact moment when the EMT looked at me and said, "You are so lucky. It doesn't really make sense that you're alive." The next 6 to 9 months after the accident were especially difficult.
I'm journaling here early in the morning, and God, it's just like I just feel so blessed. I feel so fortunate.
I was going to physical therapy once to twice a week. I was receiving counseling. And for the next 3 to 4 months, I had a non-stop killer headache, migraine. I would bend my head down and I'd see black. It would just flash black. I had the worst nightmares, and I just kept hearing like the screams from the accident. So by some miracle, I survived the accident, but I did get some souvenirs. I was diagnosed with PTSD right away by my counselor. And then also, that's as far as I can turn my neck to the right in comparison. That's a big piece that we were going to physical therapy for, trying to loosen everything up. And we were thinking after a few months that it would be more chilled out or whatever. It's been 1 year and 4 months now. Now, I genuinely don't say any of this to complain because I am so insanely grateful that I'm alive. But I say this to help you understand that I'm gonna live with this for the rest of my life, probably. The repercussions of what happened on that day are now a part of me. And that's what I want to talk about now. If I could sum up what this accident taught me, it would be that life is really fragile. Way more fragile than we probably want to realize. None of us have any idea when we're going to be done breathing. We don't, but we all live as if we do. And we just assume we're going to get that average life expectancy of 80 years. The thing is, I was able to walk away from that accident, but I'm the only one that did. But we all live as if we're gonna be walking away from every accident. So here's my question for you. Are you really living? And here's how I suggest that you find this out. If you were to die today, if for some reason this was it for you, would you be able to confidently say that you lived up to all of the God-given potential and all the gifts that God put inside of you? Would you be able to say, oh yeah, I strived and I accomplished everything that God gave me the ability to accomplish? Are you using what He's given you? Because it is such a gift to even be alive. For me, I had to literally get an inch from my life to realize that I was holding myself back so much. I was literally the only one in my way. So like I said, after the accident, I barely slept. I struggled to sleep for months, tons of nightmares, and just always reliving it, repicturing it. Why am I still alive? Why am I still here? And then I realized that I haven't been going for it the way that I know I can go for it. And I want to say this because I feel like most people aren't. So 3 months after the accident, I had a terrifying idea. I felt like I was supposed to start a business. I felt like I was supposed to start a digital marketing agency. That was really scary. My whole life I had been an employee. Since I was 15 years old, I was an employee. And the thought of asking my boss, basically if I can quit being his employee, because I wanted to start my own business, that was terrifying. But then I thought back and thought, hey Danny, I thought back to what the EMT told me, and the EMT said, you're so lucky to be alive. And then I thought, hey, I'm on borrowed time. I guess I should have died back then when that accident happened anyway. Why would I not go for this and just see what I can do when I stop limiting myself and stop allowing these beliefs to tell me that I couldn't do something because I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy who would go start a business. So basically I came to the conclusion that you only get one life. So let's start a frickin' business. This upcoming month, my business turns 1 year old. And my business has completely changed my life. It's changed my family's life. We've been able to change the lives of our contractors and team members. In this first year, we served over 40 businesses across the United States. That's insane. And I don't think any of it would have happened if I had not come so close to dying. Okay, to wrap this up, here's what I've come to the conclusion to. We all have a purpose in our life. We all have many purposes in our lives, but so many of us, I'm convinced of it, okay? So many of us are not doing anything to even take a step towards whatever that purpose might be. So hopefully my near-death encounter can inspire you to not wait until you have a near-death encounter to try something that terrifies you. Because what is on the other side of you being absolutely just scared out of your mind could be everything that you've been looking for. Listen up. You are fragile. You're so fragile. And you don't know. You have no idea when your last breath is gonna come. If you passed away right now and your life did not accomplish everything that it could have, everything that you know innately that you could do if you really went for it, if it did not accomplish those things, what on earth are you doing? Go for it.